Hi everyone, I'm Nancy MacDonald. I'm part of our community development business line, which is part of our infrastructure business. I've been at Stantec about 15 years. My role is the Director of Urban Places. Urban Places is one half of the Urban Places and Smart Cities initiative. Now I'm going to turn it over to Rick to introduce himself.
And my name is Rick Huijbregts, and I'm the global lead for Smart Cities here at Stantec since earlier this year in January. Together, Nancy and I co-lead Urban Places and Smart Cities, which is a cross-sectorial approach that builds on the amazing talent across the various business lines to reimagine future-ready urban places and innovative, smarter cities.
Urban Places and Smart Cities was established to respond to the global changes and trends that are impacting our communities. Climate change, social inequities, now social and economic recovery from COVID. We have an aging population, and that's changing how we live and how we move in our communities. In essence, cities and communities are now constantly having to change and adapt. They're tackling complex urban problems, which are getting increasingly more challenging to solve. The best tools that we have to address these challenges and problems is our strong technical expertise in Stantec across our business lines: power, infrastructure, water, buildings, environmental services. The best way to optimize our expertise is to create solutions using digital tools, data, analytics, and the things that support better decision-making for our clients. And that's how we put urban and smart together. Our goal for this cross-sector approach is to create one place to go for all things urban. We help our clients understand all of these global trends and how they're impacting our communities. We figure out what's important to them and then help them implement the solutions. When we started this process, we saw a gap in the market, and really it was the integrated approach that was missing. And so this type of delivery gives us an opportunity to align ourselves with that integrated offering, and that presents really all of our strengths to our clients. Urban Places and Smart Cities does just that. It equips us to deliver innovative, transformative plans. It raises our profile as thought leaders, positions us well in the market as the go-to firm for building livable, equitable, sustainable urban communities that use technology to achieve these outcomes.
The intentional digitization of urban places is what we call a smart city. A smart city is an intelligent community that leverages smart technologies and smart governance and smart partnerships to create sustainable, livable, and resilient places where we live, work, learn, and play. At Stantec, we have lots of expertise in smart solutions for complex urban and municipal challenges. So be sure to check out many of our smart grid and smart utilities, smart water, our smart mobility and smart buildings expertise and practice across the various business lines. Smart cities embody an approach that brings together these creative and innovative smart solutions in a very meaningful way to generate the greatest impact for our customers. Technology enables such transformations. Together, we explore the opportunities of digital twins, the Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, and digital infrastructure, all as the enabler and catalyst for positive change. The combined Urban Places and Smart Cities initiative fuses the creativity and ingenuity across our sectors and business lines to position Stantec as the advisor clients can turn to as they navigate this evolving and complex landscape. And we all play a role in successfully realizing that vision as they move towards livable, walkable, and connected communities.
As design professionals, we recognize our unique role in improving the quality of life in our communities. This is the driving force behind what we do. The scale we like to work at can range from being a very small project, like designing a smart corridor, for example, and it can increase in size up to a district, like the waterfront redevelopment project we did with Sidewalk Labs in Toronto, Quayside. That was a whole neighborhood. And we're starting to see more and more of the mega scale, complete new cities, mostly in the Middle East and in Asia, like Neom, for example, in Saudi Arabia, which is a whole new city which will be a smart city all wrapped in and around technology. We don't actually work at that scale yet. It's aspirational, so someday we hope to. But we sit very comfortably in what we call that district level, and that can be an innovation district, a downtown district, a campus, healthcare, academic, or new smaller urban centers, especially in suburban areas. A good example of a district level project is the work we did for Centennial. It's called the Next Generation Infrastructure Plan. Centennial's a city just outside of Denver, Colorado, and our role was to work with the city who was looking to create that district of the future, create a future-ready community, which really was a tool of attraction and retention, both for business as well as people to move and live in the Centennial area. It was all about placemaking and creating a place and a community using technology. So our approach really was to work with the city itself and really focused on those innovative solutions in the infrastructure world. We developed a mobility hub, we worked on some innovative digital signage, set up a curbside management program, enhanced connectivity through a new 5G network, worked with the city in a process that involved, first of all, doing some visioning and understanding what it was they wanted to achieve and why. Then we worked on a series of pilot projects for them that they could implement, really as a test bed to test out this new technology. Then we worked with them on both the policy and the legislative changes that were necessary, as well as went through a whole series in terms of how they could work with partners and which kinds of tech partners they should work with and what was that they needed to look for as they were working with those tech partners. It was a great project, and it's a really interesting example of a district level smart community. 25 Connects is a project we did in Cleveland, Ohio. It's a TOD, Transit-Oriented Development, or as we like to call it, a TOC, Transit-Oriented Community. The objective was to create that strong, vibrant transit station in and around a neighborhood, and it really then would function as a catalyst for the future corridor and growth of the community itself. There's a multimodal mobility design, which is connected both for safety and equity, as well as providing access to housing, healthcare, and community spaces. When we started out the project, we started by looking at the users and who was riding transit and what were their demographics, what were the other stats we could find out about them, where did they work, what was the size of their family, what were the kind of houses or apartments that they lived in. And so we analyzed all of this data for the in and around this community. And then we built what we called rider personas. And so we created 6 or 7 rider personas who were individuals who rode the transit system. And we then assigned values to them, where they lived, how they moved, what was important to them. So we used those rider personas with our stakeholders when we did our engagement. And so we took the stakeholders out on the site and walked in and around the corridor and the district area and talked to them about the kind of things that they did in terms of how they wanted to move around the corridor, what was important, what was needed to make it feel safe. And so it was a really interesting use of analyzing data and then using that data to help design the public realm so it actually was really serving the people that it was meant to.
For the City of Markham in Ontario, Canada, we are developing a smart city strategy that provides a roadmap for the community with an actionable framework and a set of principles that allows them to prioritize and implement digital solutions. Those digital solutions will allow them to solve some of their biggest challenges like parking and transit modernization, job creation, economic development, citizen services, and support the creation of the greatest new opportunities for the city. Our work revolves around building a repeatable model for cities to become smarter and more digitally enabled with a set of sustainable and scalable processes and guidelines. Our urban places are evolving, and they're trying to meet the rapidly changing expectations of citizens, government, and industries. Stantec is uniquely positioned to bring together design and engineering, consulting, and expertise in building, transportation, mobility, utilities, and the possibilities of the digital economy. And together we help our client reimagine intelligent communities that put people first.
Thanks very much for having us here today. We're really excited to come here and talk to you about urban places and smart cities. We've heard lots about the Huijbregts program and met everyone on the call, really interesting people, innovative, creative. So we're very excited to be setting up for our panel and to answer your questions and look forward very much to talking with you. Thanks again.